Okay, officially draft season, well, at least kinda. First draft video I am making, though, is going to be about Cam Ward, a player who, as of today, is #1 on the consensus big board. He's someone who a lot of people feel like could or even should go first overall. So let's talk about it. The good, the bad, and what maybe is the questions going into the draft. Because, of course, no quarterback is ever a complete product when they get drafted. There's always some questions, and there's always good things as well if they're getting drafted high in the first round. Let's talk about Cam Ward. Is he worth drafting first overall? Well, let's start off with a play like this. This is something I really like about him that you don't see in a lot of young quarterbacks. So you see the concept on your screen. A lot of routes trying to get into a gap in coverage more towards the bottom of the screen. Ward is going to take the snap. He's going to look towards his right and then roll out towards the bottom of the screen. That appears to be a designed rollout. As of right here, should he make this throw, it'd be risky, right? And it's a second down right here. The offense, playing well, so you don't want to take too many chances. Ward is going to do something that a lot of young quarterbacks wouldn't do. A lot of young quarterbacks would either throw it here or just try and run. But watch his patience. He waits for it to open up, eventually makes, kind of a tough throw, and the receiver overran it a little bit just because, again, it was more backyard football, so no missed throw or anything, just kind of a wonkiness there. But I just like how he's not afraid to wait for something else to get open. He's not afraid to not make a throw, which you have a lot of young quarterbacks who will just throw it no matter what. I will say, though, some quarterbacks also go the other way and are too cautious. You're going to see here that, so on this play, it's a similar type thing. You're trying to get into a gap in coverage. It's just a 3-man rush, so the gaps should be smaller. Ward's going to take the snap. He looks over, and right here, he has to make a decision right now. You see he's actually in the throwing motion. Do you want to make this throw? Well, in this time, yes. It's a little bit more open. There is now a window, so he kind of knows when to make the throw and when not to. As you see, he does make the throw here, is able to put it right on the money too, because that's the other thing. He is very accurate. He will have the occasional missed throw, but for the most part, is a really accurate quarterback, and that certainly helps. There's also this thing where it's not just the arm talent that he has, because again, really good arm strength, really accurate, but he also has this aspect of his game. Watch how when he takes a snap, he runs a play action, looks to throw, but the passing isn't there. I mean, everything is covered up, so Cam Ward has this tool in his tool belt. Watch as he's going to scramble outside the pocket, and he uses his legs to pick up a lot of yards before deciding to jog out of bounds at around the 20-yard line. That's really good stuff from Cam Ward, and this is something you see a lot, is he is an incredible athlete. He does move incredibly well, and he knows how to use it too, right? Like sometimes you see a quarterback who is a great athlete but doesn't use it too much. Ward will use it when it makes sense. He doesn't look to run. He doesn't run when it's not necessary, but he also will run when it's the time to run. And this is another really important thing that I like about how he uses his legs is he's not solely looking to run when he uses his legs. Watch how on this play you see him take the snap, there's pressure, he gets around the pressure, and now he gets outside the pocket, keeps his eyes downfield, and finds an open receiver who he hits for a touchdown. He keeps his eyes down the field, which is what you want in a quarterback who moves, right? Because again, you don't want someone who just the second a play isn't working is going to put their head down and run. Because sometimes there can be even better plays available if you keep your eyes down the field, and that's what Ward can do. Now, this has its issues as well. This play, for example, so while I said he's pretty good when he's just in the pocket at knowing when to make a decision and knowing when not to make a decision, this is definitely where he can get a bit more risky. So this is going to be a man coverage play. It's cover 2-man. Ward's going to take the snap, and he eventually is going to go outside the pocket right here. So he's looking down the field. Is there a receiver open? Yes, kind of. But again, this is a difficult play. He's under pressure. It's going to be a tough throw, and it's not even wide open. And if you get it, you'll get a first down. But if not, you still have third down, still have a chance. Ward is not usually someone who will give up on a play unless he absolutely has to. If he feels like he has a window, he'll make the throw. Don't get me wrong. If there's no window, he'll throw it away. But in this situation, could it work? Maybe. He's going to take these chances, and this time it just doesn't work out. And I think the biggest concern you have drafting him is when you get to the NFL, these chances go wrong a lot more often than they do in college. Could you get some negatives? Similar to how Zach Wilson would take some chances. They always worked in college, and then they pretty much never worked in the NFL. Like, this is another example of kind of what I'm talking about. So it's going to be a fake handoff, and then Ward is going to roll out towards the bottom of the screen. You see the player who I've circled in black? That is going to be an unblocked player on this one. So watch. Ward takes a snap, and as of right here, okay, this is not an ideal situation you would think for Cam Ward. There's a guy right in his face. What can he do? Well, watch how Ward sprints past him and is able to then make a throw work, throws across his body, and they actually pick up a first down on that play. Okay, incredible play, and shows what he can do. At the same time, you just have to wonder, will that work at the NFL level? You're not going to be able to outrun guys quite so easily at the NFL level, and throwing across your body could create more issues. So it worked in college. Sometimes you get a Patrick Mahomes, who it works in college and then it works in the NFL. Sometimes you get a Caleb Williams, where it works in college, not working so well in the NFL, at least at this point in his career. But heading over here, part of why I really like Cam Ward is I just feel like he gets the game. I just feel like he understands how this stuff works. Like, this play is such a good example of it. Where really the route I want you to look at is that one right there. So usually this is just more of a setup route. However, when this play begins, Ward looks up and notices, hey, this is actually open if he wants to make this throw right now. Now, his receiver isn't even looking in this direction, but it would be open if he decides to make this throw. You see Cam Ward, he's already started his throwing motion. This is kind of just how he gets the game. He sees the field really well, knows when to make the throws, when not to make the throws, and not just if he should throw it or not, but also where he should put the ball and how he should make the throw. Watch, as you see, really puts one right on the money, and they're able to get a touchdown there. Again, that's not something a lot of young quarterbacks would notice, but it's something that he did notice. And while the windows will certainly get tighter when you get into the NFL, being able to understand how the game works at the college level like this does tend to translate pretty well to the NFL level. Might not translate right away, and again, that's why evaluating quarterbacks is so difficult. The game just is so different. There's always so many question marks, but seeing that he's so good at this in college certainly would give you high hopes that he could be this good at the NFL level. As for the biggest negatives, this is the biggest one, I would say. So the play itself, kind of a lot going on. There's too many men on the field, for one thing, for Florida State. You see this route that could get open in a gap in coverage. One key thing worth noting on this play, though, actually has nothing to do with this play, but on previous plays, you saw that Ward was under pressure a good amount. And while a lot of it wasn't his fault, blitzes were getting home, which is maybe his fault a little, but still, blitzes were getting home, he was getting sacked. The pressure was starting to get to him. As you see, he is going to get pressured on this play and really just throws one off. And keep in mind, there was too many men on the field, or at least, there were too many men on the field. So it was a free play, and he still throws one out of bounds. Just he missed the throw because of a little bit of pressure that wasn't even that severe. But he had to kind of change his arm angle, which he actually likes to do. He's pretty good at throwing sidearm, but here he had to change his footwork, change his throwing motion, and because of that, missed the throw. He had a great offensive line. A lot of times he had a lot of time in the pocket to throw. I do have questions about how will he adjust when he is under pressure constantly, like he might be if he is drafted early on in the draft, and almost certainly will be, because that's how the draft works, is you go to one of the worst teams in the league. He usually holds on to the ball for a while. Usually it worked out in college. Will it work out in the NFL? We'll just have to see, and that's the biggest question. So for me, the good outweighs the bad. I like Cam Ward a lot as a player. There's so much positives. There's always a way things can go wrong. And again, no one ever knows when it comes to rookie quarterbacks. If anyone ever says, oh, I've got it down, I've figured this stuff out, they're just wrong. But he's an incredible athlete with an incredible understanding of the game, and I just think he's going to work out probably. I would bet on him succeeding. That's kind of where I'm at right now. But yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.